Hey YouTube, I'm just checking in here from winter camp in the tiny house RV. There's been a lot of big changes going on. Day and a half ago, I got here and installed an antenna where now my phone gets signal inside the RV. Um, Cell phone booster antenna, I guess is what they're called. Before that, I had zero service here. Now I can, surf the internet and stream video and do whatever I want out here with the internet and my phone through my phone. I have LTE service and the booster antenna did give me full signal, so that was a big thing here for camp. It gets really boring when you don't have any kind of connection to the outside world. I didn't even have a radio here, so I was just sitting here in silence. But that was the first big upgrade on this trip up here this weekend. Some other thing, a lot has happened here at camp this weekend. So if you guys are following my experience of setting up this camper on the property from the start, this weekend here has been probably the biggest as far as getting things set up. So we're looking at the table here. This table is new to the camper. It wasn't here before. There's some clutter here on the bench, but I got a little bench there. I'm going to set the table right where it is. And you'll be able to sit on the bench or whatever, or sit where I'm sitting right now and eat here at the table. Today I had some venison cheddar bratwurst. So that's why the buns and the stuff are out. But as it stands right now, I don't leave any food out. That's what that peanut butter is for. I bought some mouse traps. I'm going to be doing some trapping. I haven't seen any mice, but I've seen their fecal material. So I'm not a fan of mice. We're going to set some traps. I put out some bait blocks, not by the camper, but there's some multiple farm buildings out here in the farmyard. I just put a block in each one, but I really don't know how interested they're going to be in the bait blocks, but we'll see. Just because the farm has a lot of natural food. Another thing that's going on is you can see that I got some coffee here and I'm drinking coffee. I got a coffee pot. Little tiny Mr. Coffee pot. Says it makes 5 cups. All I know is I filled my big gas station cup up there twice with some Starbucks. Also has a little clock on it. That'll be good for my uses. If I want to see what time it is without looking at my phone. I guess it's not AM, it's PM, but who cares? I'll know that. So yeah, I cooked some brats today. The pan's still there on my burner. I did seal down here in the wheel well. I have an extension cord in the way. Maybe you can see it down there. I sprayed a lot of expansion foam. There was some light getting through, and I think I sealed it up for the most part. It should be sealed up down there. So if that's where mice were getting in, I think I have them sealed out, but time will tell on that. So I also added this fan, which I have laying flat and blowing down. It's kind of working the purpose of a ceiling fan right now. And it definitely helps keep the heat in here a more constant, not so hot in the ceiling and not cold on the floor. It's more of a constant temperature throughout the camper. Here's the propane stove I added. I have it hooked up to a 30-pound tank outside. It is adjustable. There's a high and a low. I have it down on low right now. It keeps it really warm in here. So I think on the coldest of nights now with this, I can crank it up and let her rip. So one other thing, we'll zoom up here over on the wall. The power strip I'm now using. Try to organize these cables a little bit, but I did get a carbon monoxide alarm finally. I should have got that. That should have been the first thing I bought. And the second thing I bought, which is I did get a little smoke alarm, which these wires I'm not using, but I just tucked the smoke alarm up there. I took it down because I was cooking and it was setting it off. But so we do have a smoke alarm now, and we do have a carbon monoxide detector. So we are a lot safer. I would like to get a small fire extinguisher next to keep by the bed, the far end of the camper, in case I ever need to knock down some fire on my way out the door or something if the place catches on fire, because with all this dry cedar, it could really go quick. So something else I bought here, it's hanging with my various different bags of stuff that I keep up here, but I bought a camp shower. It holds, what does it say, 5 gallons camp shower. I took the actual shower hose it comes with off. I think this was like $8 at Walmart. I think it's meant to be solar powered, but I took the hose off because the way it's hanging here, it's kind of low to begin with, and it comes out slowly out of that spigot when you open it up. Down here I have a tote that I just basically stood in. Still a little wet. I'm gonna leave that off, let it dry out inside, but I basically stood in that and it caught the water that came dripping out of there, and I was able to wash up. It wasn't the best situation, but it did work out pretty good. I heated up some water in my stainless steel pot, got it nice and hot, so I did take a hot shower out here. I mean, it was easy enough, you know. It wasn't the end of the world to make it happen. The shower bag did help, but really you could use a glass of water and just, you know, hot water, and pour it over yourself slowly and go from there. So grab my fresh Starbucks coffee that I made from my pot. But so then the other thing too that I mentioned earlier in the video, is we'll pan down here, but the cell phone signal booster. So there it is. There's the inside part. It comes with everything you need. Twist tie up there, but comes with everything you need. I got it off Amazon. But it plugs right in to, you know, the electrical plugs into the wall, and then it has the cable that goes out the door there. And then if we go outside, I'll show you here. So I have here's my propane tank that's running the heater. But there's the cable I was talking about. I'm sun blind here, it's so bright. I should have grabbed my sunglasses. But it runs out here to this antenna that I put up so hillbilly-ish. I mean, but it's as simple as that. There it is. The antenna is mounted on a scrap piece of aluminum sticking out of the snow. And there's the camper. And I have cell phone signal. Right now where I'm standing, my phone would say no signal. But inside that camper, there's signal. If I walk outside the camper, signal goes away. It only amplifies basically inside the camper for a very short range. I think the camper being such a shell, an aluminum shell, I think it definitely doesn't really go outside of it very much. So yeah, there's my big propane tank. It's pretty full. Since it's, you know, cold enough out here, I just have my food in a tote as well. But yeah, I got some food in there. I'm gonna seal it up. Seems to keep the mice out. Just let it sit out here. If I need food, I come in there and, you know, grab food. But I'll just take a quick look around here. The cows were just out. They walked through, but here we are out on the farm. There's the cows, just a couple cows. There's the big old barn. But yeah, you know, we're just, so yeah, those are the updates I can think of. We added the the protection, the carbon monoxide, and the smoke alarm we got up there. That was about $20 total. I got this for like 3 or 4, and the carbon monoxide was like 17. So we got that. The fan. We have internet, cellular service inside the camper. We have the wall-mounted furnace, the ghetto shower, makeshift shower here, camp shower. The fan circulating air. We have a table where we can sit down. I gotta clean. The reason this stuff's here is because there was stuff I set there that's coming out. So, in a tiny house RV, there's not a lot of room for hoarding. So I mean, there's those boxes. That's a lot of my new stuff I got. All that's coming out as well. But there's my little lawn chair I sit in, and there's my bed. I slept last night. It was hot in here. Here's where I'm cooking and doing stuff like that. I keep different things on the shelves there, but I have, a lamp going there. So, but yeah, here we are inside camp. I mean, this is it. It's tiny house living. It's small. The windows with the propane and the fan. The fan does seem to help a little bit, but I mean, if you look, water is actively running down these windows. So I mean, literally drops running down. Flies. The flies have been buzzing. I gotta clean them out. I killed a few of them, but they are coming to life in the heat here. As soon as I turn the heat on in the camper, I start getting flies. Anywhere where there's light, that's where they're going. So I know it looks pretty wild in here right now, but basically I've spent the last day and a half, 2 days in here, and it's literally kind of been the comforts of home. Shower and bathroom are still my problem, but there's ways I can work around those problems. Things can be done where I'll be all set. I was looking even at the camping gear at Walmart. I mean, if I had to, they have a solution for going to the bathroom and a solution for a shower, which I kind of got the shower bag hanging up there. But, I mean, if it really comes down to it, I'll buy their little portable toilet. And, it's just me out here at the camper. There's nothing that says I can't use that little area for my bathroom and store it outside or whatever and dispose of it in a clean manner, where I'm not spreading any kind of germs or disease or anything. So, yeah, I just wanted to give you guys an update from camp. Things are going really well out here. Actually, it's I'm to the point where I'm kind of a redneck or whatever, but I'm to the point where I could definitely, if I had to make things work. It's not even about being a redneck. I mean, anybody could move out here. You could be a hip hop music star and still, make do out here and survive and enjoy it. I have a great time. I'm truly happy out here. It's so peaceful. It's so quiet. Nobody's bothering me. This is my place. Leave me alone. So, I mean, it's to the point now where I think somebody could, a person could live out here if they wanted to. It's warm. It's cozy. Come wintertime, or summertime, there'll be air conditioning, but if a person needed to, they could live in here, safe enough. You got the smoke alarm, the carbon monoxide. You can cook, you can heat up water, you can bathe. Going to the bathroom is still a little bit tricky, but most of the time, if I'm working full time, I mean, there's 5 days a week where I'm not going to be here very often. So some of these problems can be solved. Laundry, I already have a solution for that. But as I'm living here, some of these solutions can be fixed as days go by and I'm here. It's going to be like, well, all I have to do is this and I'll be all right for doing laundry, or all I have to do is this and I can do this and I can, take a better shower, or if I just set this up, I can have a nice bathroom. So, I mean, as I'm living here, there will be improvements made, but I guess my point is where we are now. We have internet, we have heat, there's running water, over over to the right of here, of where the camera is pointing now. So I mean, I can get jugs of water. You know, it's basically I have almost everything I need to reasonably survive out here. Eventually, as the snow melts, I'm going to need to worry about refrigeration and freezing. But I mean, I could get something, even a little tiny fridge inside the camper here. I barely use my fridge as it is in my apartment right now, so a mini fridge might be all I need. And maybe a freezer if I do start harvesting some venison or stuff like that. So back in here. And this sink I'd like to do more with it. I have a couple empty propane cylinders blocking the pipe that goes just goes outside. I don't really use the sink, so just trying to keep the mice out. The big steel pot there, that's what I heat my water in. Then I have that power strip there, which at first I was only using a couple cords, but I am pretty much using that now. And way over here I have another power strip, so that's the extent of my electrical. But everything I'm running is like this is an LED light. It hardly uses anything. This is my brightest light here. Turn that off. But again, an LED light, and I think this light bulb might actually be too big for this particular little lamp. It gets kind of hot. But that's kind of the extent of my lighting. It's kind of all I really need. But I could see as I was living here, you know, I'm going to have to minimalize on my stuff. This would not be a storage. The camper, there's no room for storage in the camper. It's for, you know, your living, whatever you need to live. Thankfully here on the farm, there is places where I could store. I'd probably use these totes from Walmart, seal them up with duct tape or something if I really wanted to be sure that things were kept out. And I could store them in the barn or one of the outbuildings, you know, different boxes full of stuff where temperature doesn't matter too much, you know. I don't have to store all my stuff in here, so. And I'm kind of a minimalist anyways. I don't have a ton of stuff that I carry with me anymore. So, but yeah, we got camps pretty much. It's set up now to a point where, you know, I'm making hot cups of coffee. I've done dishes here multiple times. I've cooked. Last night we had walleye. I bought some potato salad and some taco salad from the store. So I had walleye and potato salad and taco salad. Today I cooked up some brats. And I'm still working on the potato salad and taco salad. So I mean, even without a refrigerator and a stove and stuff like that, I'm definitely having pretty good meals out here and not spending a lot of money. And now I'm having, you know, with my new coffee pot, I'm having premium cups of coffee, you know, for pennies on the dollar as well. So life's good out here at camp. And right now I really feel like for the first time that after getting this table and getting a heater that no longer was, well, can this heat the camper? It's no longer a question. It's like this bad boy heats the camper. Like, now the question is, how long does a tank of propane last? So, and I'll figure that out as I go. Maybe I'll end up with some big tanks for it. But yeah, I'm just kind of rambling on what I'm thinking. Oh, mice. I bought a bunch of, I don't know if I mentioned this, but I got some traps and some of that peanut butter, and I did get some of those bait stations that I put out. So hopefully we can knock those down in the area. Just more or less population control. I haven't seen any in the camper, but they definitely have pooped on a lot of stuff. So I don't like mice. I don't want them in the camper. I think I've sealed the crack with the great stuff, expansion foam. So hopefully I don't see any more poop in the camper. As far as the farm goes, there can be tons of mice out there. It wouldn't bother me if they're running in the wild and staying out of the camper. But maybe every now and then I'll try to knock the population down a little bit. I think eventually if I'm living out here, that darn window is so foggy. I have such a pretty view, but it just stays foggy. I don't know if a fan directly on it would help or what, but yeah, I think eventually if I'm living out here full time, I would like to, as far as mice go and stuff like that, I would like to have a couple cats that live with me out here in the. There you can kind of see my view, or I can even kind of see the view. All I could see was a fogged up window myself. But yeah, get a couple cats out here, maybe help keep the mice knocked down on the farm. I don't really like using poison. But those bait stations are nice. I think the only thing that could actually eat the poison is a mouse. So that's good. There's no pets around here. There are wild animals, but like I said, the way the bait station works, only something as small as a mouse can eat it. So, all right, guys, I'm done rambling on here for this video. I'm gonna wrap it up, but that's the improvements out here at the Tiny House RV. I pretty much have all the comforts of home in this small space. Some of the comforts, showering or going out to the bathroom as it stands right now are kind of inconvenient, but it does work. You can get the job done, and after right now I feel I can't tell the difference if I took a hot shower in a beautiful bathroom or I stood there, underneath that shower bag and let the water drip on me as I wash with soap. Like, my body can't tell the difference. I feel clean and refreshed right now. So I guess anything's possible if you put your mind to it and make it work, and we're going to improve on the situation as we go. But so there's the update from the RV, guys. I hope you enjoy and you're following along. Hit the subscribe button. It definitely helps me out. I'd appreciate it. But if you don't, I'm not gonna. It is what it is, because I'm not necessarily trying to get rich off these videos. As it stands right now, I've never made a cent, and I'm so far away from their standards of where they would pay that it's probably never gonna happen. So, but I'm gonna keep making the videos for whoever wants to watch them. Or maybe I'll just watch them myself. It doesn't really matter. So I'm going to upload them to YouTube, whether you subscribe or not. My journey for the tiny house living, maybe I'll do it for a year, maybe I'll do it for 2 years, 5 years, 10 years, or the rest of my life. So, but right now, I'm having a lot of fun out here, guys, and I'm glad that you followed along if you made it this far. So we will talk to you later in the next video. Have a good day.